You plead the fifth to the, just make sure you're pleading the fifth to the question. You moved from California to Minnesota. You're taking the fifth.
Sir, I moved from California to Minnesota as a baby. Yes.
Okay. All right. And then from Minnesota, you went to Iowa?
From Minnesota, I went to Iowa. Actually, I forgot. I went to Missouri.
Okay. How long did you live in Missouri?
I don't know how many years.
Well,
I don't remember.
Okay. From Missouri, you went to Minnesota, right?
No.
No?
I went from California to Minnesota. I went from Minnesota to Missouri. I went from Missouri to Germany. I went from Germany to Iowa. I went from Iowa to Florida.
When you were in Germany, was that because of a military?
I was married to a military man, yes.
Okay. Where were you in Germany stationed?
Oh my God. This man is going to have everything. Everything that I have is going to be on the line.
LIEnette is making a fundamental, crucial mistake. I actually already have everything. She's being questioned and to see if she's being honest for future charges. So we can debunk that one right away. And I know many of you have been debunking her as well. For example, many of you saw Crook in the reflection of her glasses. Keep watching. He is there. And then others have already looked up her pain management doctor. You know, Pollyanna? Well, yeah, he does some pain management. He also focuses on addiction. Now, this isn't the only deposition that you're going to witness, because as of filming right now, today, Russ the Sus is being subpoenaed for a deposition for the federal court, because now she actually has a lawyer representing her. So we can move forward. This is great. Marla Hughes will be the second individual that will be deposed, and charges will then be pressed afterwards. All will have to be done in the court system. Lizzie Bailey in California. There are going to be others. Stupid Dave in Wisconsin. All will be subpoenaed, forced to be deposed in Levy County. We'll probably have to get Jamster through jail somehow. But you know what? At least Shart has finally somewhat told the truth. She told the world she's coming to Otter Creek. Well, that was well over a year ago. Except she's being forced now, legally, to show up. I guess it's not Otter Creek. It's Bronson. It's Levy County. But you know what? She's such good buds with Russ the Sus down the count. I mean, she could stay at Turtle Purgatory. I guess they should have minded their own business and never bullied me.
I lived in Mannheim.
Ramstein?
Mannheim.
Mannheim? Okay. All right. Then you went back to the United States and you wound up in Iowa at that point. Is that right? That's where you get the ministry school?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm begging for continuance till I have my attorney present.
Ma'am, no attorneys has shown up. I called the court and I alerted them that you wanted to have a continuance because you wanted to get an attorney. You heard what the judge said. We can't not continue this deposition. We cannot stop here. You had plenty of time to get an attorney up. Instead, you're doing this at the morning of the...
No, I haven't. Deposition. I've been doing it for weeks.
When did you
Shame
call
on
Mr.
you.
Silverman? When did you call Mr. Silverman?
I've been calling attorneys for weeks.
Right, but you haven't hired anybody, correct?
Haven't been able to afford it until now.
Okay. Oh, as you sit here today, you can afford it?
As of up till today, we couldn't find one that would even touch it. Now we found a couple that could touch it, and I had to raise the money for it. Yes, sir.
So you've raised the money to pay the retainer, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When did you call Mr. Silverman?
A couple days ago.
Okay. And there's been nobody's entered appearance, right? And is that correct for you?
Correct. Okay. Correct.
All right. All right. We're going to move on. I'm going to show you this. You received this notice for your deposition today, correct?
I can't see it.
See it now?
Yeah, I believe I did.
Okay. You are to have with you at your deposition all of the following: complete and legible copy of all documents, including video recordings, audio recordings, photographs, emails, text messages, letters, facsimiles, either directly or indirectly referencing or relating to the claims made in this case by you against Mr. Hales. Did you bring anything with you today? Ma'am, I can't.
Everything that's been provided to the court.
Okay, I have those. We're in luck. So we'll go through those. I have everything you gave to the court, and we're going to go through them, ma'am. You don't need to show them up like that.
Yeah, and nothing is in order. They're just in.
I have it in order too. We're in luck again. So, and I asked you this question not because I don't have your court file. I do have all your court filings. My question is, when I showed up at the court hearing the last time, you were thinking you were ready to play some videos, correct?
Yes. Ouch.
Now,
Yes.
to this day, I've never seen them. Those videos, I haven't been provided them. You got to show them. You got to provide them to me. Do you have them in a digital format?
I can make them I can put them on a disc if you need
No,
them.
I didn't ask you to put them on a disc. Do you have them on digital format?
No, I have them on my phone.
You have them on your
And-
phone. Okay, stop. I got it. How many
Yes.
videos, ma'am? Please listen carefully to this question because there's no surprises here. How many videos do you intend to show when we resume court?
Hold on 1 second. This cupboard is a no. Please get up there. That cupboard is a no-no. Please do not sit in that cupboard. Please listen to mommy, please. I'm begging you, Harley, listen to mommy. That's a no-no. Don't do it. That's fine. That one only. To make sure that she's not getting into stuff. I'm sorry.
How many videos do you intend to show as evidence when we resume the court?
I have 2 for sure. And then I have new evidence.
Okay.
I'm not
New
sure.
evidence is
I'm
not a-
getting an
new-
attorney. I'm getting an attorney. The
Ma'am.
attorney will tell me what to do.
Ma'am, let's try it again. You said you have 2 videos that you definitely intend to use, and the question was how many videos? You said 2 you intend, and then you said something about new evidence.
Maybe 5 or 6. I'm not sure.
Okay, when you say 5 or 6, does that include the 2 that you talked about?
Yes.
Okay, so you're talking about maybe 3 or 4 additional videos you intend to introduce, correct?
Correct. I don't know. I don't know. That's going to be my answer. I don't know.
What don't you know? You said maybe 5 or 6. Did you know?
I don't know what videos I'm going to use.
Ma'am, then you're
Now that
supposed to
I have
bring
an
in-
attorney going to take over, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know.
What videos do you have that you might not use? How many videos do you intend to show? This is your chance, ma'am. You're the witness. The spotlight is on you. So
I
here's
don't
your chance.
know.
Well, you have to
I
know.
don't-
because
I do not have to know. I
Okay.
don't know.
You just said you have 2 videos that you want to use, and you said maybe 3 or 4 more. Was that a truthful statement under oath?
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about those 3 or 4 now. Okay, describe them.
They're Mr. Hale's own videos.
Okay, that's it. Can you give what is the 3 or 4 that you're talking about? He has a lot of videos, doesn't he?
Yeah, over 180 videos,
Oh.
humiliating, berating, belittling, and
Which
hurting
of the
me.
3 or 4 are you talking about when you say 3 or 4?
I'm not sure which ones I was going to use. Now I have a lawyer that I'm going to be dealing with. I don't know. The
Okay, so
answer is I don't know.
okay, then when you said 3 or 4, were you just making a false statement?
No, I was not making a false statement. I'm sure we're going to use 3 or 4 videos. Yes.
Okay, good. So tell me about the 3 or 4 you're sure you're going to use.
My 2 for sure and then the third of a meeting at the thing. I've also been granted the videos from the courthouse. So there will be 3 videos there. So right now, let's just say 5 for now.
Okay.
Could be
You said
more.
You said something about, well, if you don't bring it with you today, it's going to be a problem. I'm going to move for a sanction against you. You're supposed to bring them. You can't hide evidence, Judge.
I
So it
can't
doesn't like
bring,
that.
I couldn't bring the videos today
Do you have them on your
from
computer?
from the sheriff's department because they have to give them to me. They just granted them to me. I just got the email yesterday.
You're talking about the videos of the court proceedings?
No, of
What
what
videos?
happened outside the court proceedings.
Okay. Okay, I think that's one of the things you filed a motion about, correct?
I'm not sure.
Well, what videos are you talking about you requested from the sheriff?
The video where I was parked and he drove by us filming us, came back filming us, flipped another, filmed us again, and then went and parked. Another one is where you walked out and filmed us 5 seconds after the judge said no one's going to do that. That's the other video. The other one is me parking in a parking spot.
Okay, you've identified the videos, and this is
Thank you.
Okay, so you have your 2 that you wanted to play that day in court, right? So that day you were in court, you wanted to play 2 videos, correct?
Yes.
All right, we're going to talk about them in a second. But you said something that's very interesting. I want to make sure we understand this here. How do you understand now the injunction now has been changed? You understand that, right?
I understand it's been changed, but I'm not certain of any of it.
Okay, I understand you're not certain. We're here to understand what your understanding is.
Right. It is left open to whether what he does to me causes hate and violence from his fans, from other people, from him. I've got an attorney coming on, and the attorney is going to deal with it.
Okay. So let's start again. So do you understand the injunction that was issued on December 4th to mean that anyone that knows Jeremy Hales can't come within 500 feet of you?
No. His employees, anyone under his direction, anyone that is working for him or on his behalf.
So anyone that works for him or on his behalf can't come within 500 feet of you. Is that correct?
No, can't film us.
Can't film you.
Can't film us or put it online.
Okay. So the
For
injunction for him. Okay. Is that what
on
you mean?
his behalf to use against us by him.
That's how you understand the injunction.
I don't understand the injunction at all anymore. No, I don't.
Okay. Oh, anymore. Okay. But so I'm talking about how you understood it when it first issued. Did you understand it to mean that? Did you understand it to mean that anyone that knows Jeremy Hales, who sees you in a public place, can't take a picture of you? Is that your understanding?
No.
Then tell us how you understand it. Not to him. Well, actually, take that back. Let's start with Jeremy Hales. How did you understand what the judge enjoined, which means things he can't do? What did you think on December 4th? What was your understanding about what the Jeremy?
All I know is for that
Amy,
a month.
You just interrupted me
You
again.
wanted an answer.
You interrupted me. You can't answer a question until it's finished so you understand it. Okay?
I can't do this.
On December 4th, until it was changed by the court,
No.
What was your understanding, ma'am? You just this is going to be a longer deposition, but it's okay.
I'm sorry. I have a child, and until he comes back, I can't help it. I have to keep her safe.
You know, I don't have my volume on any high level. You're shouting. I don't need you to shout. We don't need you to shout, ma'am.
I have a child that is trying to get my attention, and I have to be able to deal with her until he gets back to watch her.
Oh, when you say he, that means Mr. Cook?
Yes.
What time is he scheduled to get back, approximately?
I am not sure. Soon as the doctor's appointment is over.
Okay. All right. So let's go back again. My question is, when the injunction was initially issued by the court against Mr. Hale, what was your understanding about what Mr. Hale cannot do?
What happened? I didn't, there was no films, but there was no videos made about me. There was none put online. He didn't make any crazy memes and humiliate me in public. He left us alone. Nobody was filming us. We had peace and quiet for a month, and then it left. Go, please go in the
Well,
other room. I do
let's-
not want them to see you. Go in the other room. Thank you, Harley.
All right, let's start with the two videos that you wanted to play. What were the two videos that you wanted to play in court?
Video that I have of Mr. Hales driving up to our property where we had been outside for about 35 minutes, where I had the neighbor parked next to my driveway. I was on the phone with the Ohio advocate that I had been talking to, and Jeremy Hales decided to come down the road at us when he could have went out the other way, and he should have went out the other way, and he knew that. And he came back by us filming, screaming, 10 feet, 10 feet. You're not 10 feet. We had been out there with no traffic, no people, no nothing. John was on a walker 1 day out of surgery, dragging a tape measure to measure our property so that we can cover it with anything we can to stop him and all of his fans from filming us. And he came by us and started screaming 10 feet. Look fans, look at Ohio. He's breaking the order. He's breaking the order.
They were found guilty for violating the civil protection orders based out of Ohio from this incident that she is actually talking about. We could debunk her again. Who cares if she plays it in Florida court? All it did was incriminate them. They've been found guilty. Our lives do not change based on the criminal activity that they partook in. The consequences are on them. Our lives go on as normal. They are responsible for removing themselves from our lives. In other words, we're going to continue to drive down our road where we own more road frontage than anybody else on the road. And it is the way to the schoolhouse where we work out of. We are not going to adapt our life for their psychotic lives.
Well, I'm going to compartmentalize that. So
I have the video.
I understand. That's what I asked you about. So my question is, so Jeremy was the one that said to you, was he speaking to you or was he speaking to John?
To both of us, I guess. John was in the street on a walker with a fence. He was on the edge of the street, walking along our side of the street, measuring the property.
Where were you?
On the grass, standing there talking to the advocate. I then told her that Jeremy Hales was coming down the road. I needed to film it. I hung up with her and I started recording. The neighbor was sitting there and she watched the entire thing as well.
Okay. And so Jeremy on your video was saying 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet?
He was screaming, yelling, and saying, fans, look, he's violating the order. 10 feet. You're not 10 feet. And I kept telling John, you're okay. Look at me. You're okay. Finish what you're doing. He's driving by. You're okay. And that's all that happened.
Okay. So that's all that happened. So how are you, how did that, well, let's strike that for a second. Do you know why? And if you don't know, it's fine. Do you know what Mr. Hales was referring to when he said 10 feet, 10 feet?
The order that he's got against us in Ohio that he got fraudulently. Yes.
Oh, he's referring to the order. So let's look at it.
I don't need to look at it. John can't jump a fence and run on a leg with wrapping up to his crotch and on a walker. And Jeremy had been told by the judge not to drive by us. We already had a thing on him, I believe. I believe the temporary
Well,
order for us was already involved. Maybe not. I'm not sure.
right, that's an important point. So
It
the
doesn't
date,
matter. We were doing what we were doing. He drove to us. He didn't have to do that. He should have went the other way.
right, but if you, by the way, you've done a lot of filings in this case, correct? We've already been over that, right?
I'm doing it all.
Right. And every time you feel that Mr. Hales has violated his injunction, you go to the court, correct?
If he violates the order, yes, I do.
Right. So then you send Mr. Hale gets a copy of what you're saying, correct?
I
He gets
guess.
Okay. So you're telling him through the courts, hey, I believe you violated the order. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Don't you see how that's, even if you're wrong and nothing's been happened so far in your motions, but you as a person who has an order of protection for you, you have a reason if you feel like it's been violated to say something, correct?
He violated it.
I
We
know.
didn't violated it. We were alone on the road. We did not go to Jeremy's property. We did not go to Mr. Hales. He
Well,
came to us.
You were on the road. You were not on
We
the road.
were-
You
we
just
were-
said, wait a minute, time out. You just said you weren't. You said John was on the road. You were.
John was on the road and he was measuring the property. I was writing down the measurements.
You were on your property.
Yes. And
Okay.
John was on the very edge of the road. He was not
understand.
in the middle of the road. He was
But
not anywhere near the middle of the road.
All right. But you see this though, when you're not on your property, you and Mr. Cook cannot come within 500 feet of Mr. Hales or
We
Mr.
didn't. He came within 500 feet of us.
Okay. Do you understand?
He
It
came
says,
to us.
Sam, do
He
you
had
understand?
an exit. He had an exit to the left. Took him out of his property onto the highway. He did not have to do that. He does it for YouTube.
Okay. Do you understand that this order says, even if he approaches you, even with his permission,
Did you
still
want John to jump a fence
ma'am,
with
there's no need-
with his leg wrapped up one day out of surgery? What should he have done?
Maybe not be in the road in the first place. He obviously walked out to the road with no problem. He could have removed himself with no problem. As a matter of fact, I drove so slowly, and you know I've got diesel engines, and they can hear everything, gave them every opportunity to not incriminate themselves, and yet they still did. If I was so evil and I was doing all of this for YouTube, I'd be at the flea market every Saturday. They would immediately have to remove themselves, make no money. I'd be at where they're getting free food in the county every Monday, every Wednesday. I'd go wherever I know they're at every moment in time, but I don't.
Ma'am, please lower your voice.
What
There's no-
should he have done?
I'm going to ask you.
Are
to
you?
lower your
You
voice.
are not a nice person.
You talking about me?
Oh,
not.
yes.
Ma'am, please lower your voice, and there's no need to use profanity.
No.
So you agree with me, there's no need to use profanity, right?
I am telling you that there was nothing John could do. He was on a walker and Mr. Hales knew it. He did it on purpose. He did it to send to Ohio.
Right.
He did it for views on YouTube. We didn't do it. Nobody was on the road when we started measuring our property. We did not do it. Mr. Hales did not need to come to our property.
And
He
I'm not asking you
chose
about we.
to
I'm not
do it.
asking you about, ma'am, I'm not asking you about we. You
And
don't-
John
Mr.
Cook turned his head. John Cook turned his head and looked away from him. There was nothing John could do. He could not jump a fence on a walker.
Again, ma'am, I'm going to ask you to lower your voice. I'm not shouting at you. There's no need to raise your voice, ma'am.
This is causing me extreme anxiety and extreme mental problems, emotional distress. Mommy, please go. 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 You go, please, honey. I understand. I don't want them to see you. Go, please, honey. I don't want you on film, please.
So ma'am, I just want to confirm that this is now exhibit, and I'll label this for the court. I think we're on number 3. Is that right? Or
Correct.
4?
And
Okay.
3.
So the text messages are going to be 5 then. Okay. The ones she just sent me during this deposition.
Okay.
Okay. So we're on 3, which is a protection order entered in the
You're
state
being
of
ridiculous.
case number.
I'm
Ma'am,
pleading the
there's no question pending.
I'm
making
pleading the 5th on everything. From now on, I'm pleading the 5th.
You're telling me that every question I ask you, you're going to plead the 5th?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm allowed to do
Then why are
legally
you
or
saying
not.
that? Then why are you saying that?
Because you're trying to hem me up and it can be used against me in the court. Therefore, I'm pleading the 5th.
Okay. If you're going to plead the 5th, to keep it short, just say, I exercise my rights under the 5th Amendment. Okay?
I'm
okay?
exercising my right under the 5th Amendment because you're trying to twist this and turn this into something we did wrong that we did not.
Okay. So you're refusing to answer any questions about this protection order?
You're still twisting it.
I'm trying to clarify, ma'am.
You're twisting it. I want legal representation. And after this afternoon, I will have it. I want legal representation.
I just want to make sure you're taking the 5th to any questions I asked you about this protective order. Is that correct?
I am no longer going to say we did anything wrong or we did not do anything wrong.
3rd time. Are you taking the 5th to any question related to this order of protection that's marked as an exhibit in this deposition?
I don't know.
Well, then,
am I allowed to get my lawyer on the phone? Am I allowed to somehow call him and talk to him?
You are allowed to get your lawyer if you have a lawyer.
After today, I will have a lawyer. Yes.
Well, we're not here. We're still here in the now. You got to take this deposition today. Okay. So I want to make sure you're taking the 5th to any questions I asked you about this order of protection. That's all I'm asking you.
No.
No, you're not. Okay.
I don't know. You're trying to get
let's
me
do it this way.
arrested in Ohio.
I'm not trying to get you arrested. You raised this.
Oh, yes, you are. And so is he. And he's the stalker, not us.
Ma'am, we're going to ask questions here and we're going to get answers. I know it takes longer than normal, but maybe because you're pro se and I understand that. So I'm here to accommodate this, but we have to ask. There's a question still pending. You answered, I don't know. The question about, are you taking the 5th to any questions related about this order? So if you don't know, I'm going to proceed. And if you have I've asked another question and you want to exercise your rights.
I don't know.
I'm not even done with the question, ma'am. If I ask you another question, you're free to exercise your rights under the 5th Amendment, but you got to do it question by question because I asked you, I try to make
Okay, I'll do it question by question.
Okay, there we go. All right. So you are aware that there's a civil stalking protection order entered against you in the state of Florida, and state of Ohio, correct?
Fraudulently, yes.
All right. And a court has made a finding after a hearing that
fraudulently, yes.
Okay, hold on. That you should be restrained from committing acts of abuse or threats of abuse against Jeremy Hales and against his paramour until October 10th, 2025, correct?
And we did not. We have not.
Did you answer the question correct?
Yeah, correct.
All right. Thank you. So here it says, after a hearing, the court found by a preponderance of the evidence that you had knowingly engaged in a pattern of conduct that caused Mr. Hales to believe that you will cause physical harm or has caused mental distress to Mr. Hales.
We were not allowed to defend ourselves. And when I tried to appeal, they told me I wasn't allowed to. The clerk of court did. We're working on an attorney there too. I've already found one. I just need to pay him. That will get overturned. He done it under perjury. And it will be proved because I have the proof.
Okay, so you're calling, okay, that's fine.
Yes, Mr.
Let's
Hales
talk- okay,
perjured
that-
himself to
let's-
get the order. Yes.
Let's talk about the other videos. So the first video you've identified that you're going to play in the court before Judge Thomas's is this video on the property you described with John on the road. What's the other video?
The other video is public humiliation that he did to me at a town hall meeting.
So it's a video of the town hall meeting?
It's a video of the town hall meeting that Mr. Hales stood up in and told the whole town that I was going to kill them. Yes, or kill somebody in the town. Yes.
I want to make sure I understand because I haven't seen this video. You're saying you have a video of a town hall meeting of Otter Creek, Florida, in which Mr. Hales says, what?
That I'm a danger to the town and that I'm going to kill somebody. That shots are going to fire. Yeah. Yep.
All right. And who took that video?
I did.
So you were there?
Yes.
Okay. When was that meeting? Do you know?
Prior to any orders. I'm not sure of the date. I'd have to go back into my phone,
Okay.
way into it, and look it up.
All right. So these two videos, how long are they in length?
Not the one is not very long. The other one is, I don't think it's very long either.
Okay. All right. And then the other videos that you mentioned, the 3 to 5, are the ones you're getting from the court, and you just got
That
them.
I have transcripts of. I was planning to use, and I'm going to wait until my attorney tells me what to do. The attorney, I have 2 lawyers. One of the 2 is going to take the case today. So I'm pretty sure it's Silverman.
As you sit here today, you're telling me that you're going to use any video you want of Mr. Hales, basically, right? And you haven't
No.
decided-
No.
What are you saying?
I know the videos that I want to use. I'm
Okay.
just not, I don't know how to be a lawyer. I'm waiting for the attorney to take over the case. He'll know what to do.
Okay. So I just want to make sure the videos you mentioned are videos that Mr. Hales made. You haven't decided which ones you want to use of his. Is that correct?
One of them is the one where he says he's going to stand across the street and have AK-47s pointed at us. That's already been made.
Ma'am, you've already played that one. Anything else?
Right.
I'm asking
There
about the new
are-
stuff. I'm asking about new
There are other videos like that.
how they like that.
If I tell you, you're going to tell him and they're going to be removed.
No,
So-
ma'am, you have them right now? Do you have them?
No,
You don't have them.
I had them. I no longer have them. No,
What happened to them?
the drive got erased by accident.
What
So
drive
they
would-
need to be remade.
What drive would that be?
A Google Drive I had. I was putting the videos in a Google Drive and I don't know how to. I'm computer illiterate and I wiped out the stupid drive.
So as you sit here today, you don't have any of these other videos that you might be using, correct?
I can get them.
How can you get them?
I can get them
How can you get them?
by rewatching them.
Okay. So let's talk about that. When you say rewatching them, you mean rewatching Jerry Hales on YouTube?
Only the clips that I have saved that I know about. I know which ones in my head. And you know that there is a paper that was given. It says evidence. The videos that I had been using are listed on that paper.
Ma'am,
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. And
you don't have to find it. There's no question. Ma'am, please stop. There's another question I'm
Okay.
going to ask you. Please stop. I'm not asking you to look for something, ma'am. Please
Okay.
stop. Okay?
I can still look for it and answer your question.
Oh, okay. That's fine. All right. So look at the screen, man. I want to show you this one. This is our next exhibit, whatever the number is for the court reporter.
Well, 4.
Okay. Do you see this?
Yes,
This was filed on January 2nd, 14 days ago, 2024. Is this your petition by affidavit for order to show cause for a violation?
well, yeah,
Okay. And again, you wrote this?
yes,
Is everything in this exhibit true and correct?
yes,
Okay. So here we go. On December 31st, on YouTube, Jeremy Hales and Martha together did a live video and referenced myself, Turtles, John Cook, etc. Okay. You understand that this, you think that this is a violation of the injunction by referencing yourself, Turtles, and John Cook?
the deputy filed it with the state as well. It's been filed with the state.
Do you believe that this first sentence, if they reference you?
Yes, I do believe that they violated the order on that day by doing a live video and using my name, my image, my likeness, humiliating me, degrading me. Yes,
And they called
I
you,
believe that
they
it is
call- they called
stalking,
you-
cyber stalking, and abuse.
they called you Turtle Lady?
They called me all kinds of names. Yes,
They called you Turtle Lady? Yes?
I believe so. Yes,
Okay. Do you have a video of them calling you Turtle Lady?
the video is on his live.
On December 31st?
The state's department has it. The state's attorney has all of it.
On December 31st, there's a YouTube video you're referring?
Yes, they
Okay.
did it. He did a live. Yes.
Did you
And
watch
now
it?
I'm sure it's going to disappear.
Did you watch it?
I only watched the parts that I needed to.
How did you do that? It's a live stream. Did you watch it afterwards?
Yes, sir.
So how are you, if it's streaming, how are you able to get to the parts that you referenced? I don't understand.
A transcript, sir. I was sent it by a friend. Told me that I needed to watch it, that he did a video and again spoke of me and used my name, my likeness, and everything. So I looked at it after the fact.
All right. How did your friend tell you about it?
I'm pleading the fifth. I'm not getting anyone else involved. They're terrified. I'm not giving out any personal information.
You're refusing to answer that? I'm taking your rights, exercising your rights under the Fifth Amendment to not answer that question?
Yeah, somebody sent me a message telling me that I'll answer it. Someone sent me a message telling me that he had done a live and that it was awful and that I needed to look at it. And so I did after
Okay,
the fact.
And how did this person communicate this to you?
Text me, called me, I'm not sure. I'd have to look. I don't know.
What's this person's name?
I plead the fifth. I will not give out any names. I will not make them targets of Mr. Hales. I will not. I plead the fifth.
Isn't it true, ma'am, that no one sent you anything about it? You watched the whole video.
That is not true. No.
You watched the whole December 31st YouTube video that you
No, I
referenced.
did not.
And
No, I did not.
let me please finish my question. We're making a record here. You watched the entire December 31st video you're complaining about in this exhibit. Isn't that true?
No, I did not. I don't watch any full videos. No, I did not. I can't stand his voice and his lies. It hurts me. It causes me emotional stress. I cannot watch the videos.
Sorry, I can't take that. I left my phone on mute, sorry, or do not disturb. Or was telling everybody else to do it. Okay, so let's make sure I'm understanding this correctly. You either got a phone call or a text message from a friend, and then you went online. And by the way, this transcript that was sent, you actually provided that transcript, didn't you?
Yes, to the sheriff's department. I screenshotted it, only the parts that I was told about.
Well, how were you told about the screenshots?
Someone told me, and I looked at the transcript. I don't watch the video. I
How
look
did
at
you
the
get the
transcript.
How did this a purported transcript? What do you know about it?
After the videos are made, there are transcripts, and you can read the transcript. So I read the transcript. And the pertinent parts about me, I took screen.
Well, who did you go online and look at the transcript?
Yes, sir.
And did you read the entire transcript?
I read the entire transcript, yes. On
Okay.
that video, yes. And
Okay.
took screenshots of the pertinent things. But at a certain point, he stops talking and he does his auctions or his mail. I don't watch that. I don't read that. I mean, I don't need that. He doesn't talk about me then. He only talks about his business in the front of the videos.
All right, let's go on. Let's look at the rest of this. What this says. You know what? Do you want to take a? Well, this is a point we could take a break. We're going to take a short break to go to the restroom.
Yeah, that would be good because
Okay. Let's take a 10-minute break. It's 11:41. Let's go back at 11:51. Court reporter.
Kind of feel like we were already in the restroom. So much crap has been coming out of her mouth. And now I could stop and debunk everything, but we're just literally getting started. It gets so much better or worse, depending on who you are. Yeah, we're going to be using this in federal court.